Let's take a look at a few disturbing cases. The case of Nathan Brooks. A high-achieving and apparently normal 14-year-old from Grant County, Washington, who one day just walked into his parents' bedroom while they were sleeping and shot both of them multiple times. Luckily, they survived. On the day of the shooting, Nathan had been made to do chores and had been grounded from using all electronics by his parents for receiving detention at school. Just a few hours before the attack, Nathan's father had told him he needed to go to bed because in the morning he had a lot of work to do and he wasn't going to be participating in an upcoming basketball tournament. Nathan later told interviewers that the comment from his father that triggered and prompted the attack was that his father told him he couldn't participate in a basketball tournament. He said that comment was, quote, like the click. He said in an interview with 60 Minutes.
And I kind of just sat there and looked at him and just remember being frustrated that these people were taking all my rights from me that I felt that I deserved.
There's a documentary on this case called I Shot My Parents, and most of the people that they interviewed in the documentary described him as a normal kid. His parents and grandmother described him in the film as having always been a good kid. His best friends at school said he was very well liked, he was good at sports, he had a lot of girls chasing after him, so he seemed to have a good life. So nothing seemed wrong in this kid's life.
John and Beth's son Nathan seemed like a typical kid. He enjoyed school, sports, and apparently loved his parents and his sister.
Say hi.
Hi.
He went to school, goofed around, did schoolwork. Very intelligent. We had several teachers tell us that.
When he was in jail, multiple psychologists did examine him. One of the main psychologists was a woman named Shauna Schultz. I hope I'm not butchering her name. She said that after observing him for a few years, they didn't really notice any personality disorders. And she added that they didn't really witness anything in Nathan that would cause anybody to believe he was psychotic or he was mentally ill. He was, however, a bit depressed.
I have one of the most severe versions of depression. With a lot of people, depression affects people different ways. There's your depressed people that sleep, and then there's your depressed people that are very irritable. I just happen to be one of the ones that were very easily irritable. And for me, it was, I don't know, it's hard to explain. Just any little thing frustrated me.
Had there been any abuse of any kind that had taken place?
No, my parents never abused me.
So it doesn't seem like he was mentally ill, and his defense attorney added that there was no evidence of abuse at home. So what could have caused this to happen? Look at the case of Clayton Dietz, an 11-year-old who shot his father over his Nintendo game being taken away. It happened on his birthday. According to court documents, the couple went to bed shortly after midnight after singing happy birthday to Clayton. Clayton told investigators that he had a good day with his parents. Nothing went wrong. But when his dad told him he needed to go to bed, he got really mad. That's what the documents said. He said he was angry and he didn't think about the consequences. He ended up finding a key to a safe where his father kept a gun and shot him while he was sleeping. Let's look at the case of this poor woman, Abby Zwerner, who was shot by a 6-year-old male student in her classroom in Virginia. According to court papers, 2 days before the shooting, the boy had an angry interaction with Abby in which she slammed down her cell phone and broke it. He was given a 1-day suspension for that. And when he returned to the classroom after his suspension, he pulled out a 9mm handgun out of his pocket and shot Abby while she sat at a reading table. And there are many other stories like this, unfortunately. So going back to why I think this is happening. Based on what I'm seeing, children like the above mentioned are thinking, I'm having a bad time, so others need to pay. I mean, it's not as simple as that, but you get the picture. And disclaimer here, there are multiple factors that come together to make someone become homicidal. It's usually not as simple as, I'm angry, I'm going to go out and kill somebody. It's usually a combination of substance abuse, history of trauma and abuse in the household, access to violent content on the web. And I'm going to be very careful saying mental illness because People with mental illness are usually the victims of violence and not the perpetrators. But I'm saying the reasons I think that cases like this are on the rise is because of a combination of these factors I just mentioned, plus poor frustration tolerance, and a level of entitlement that we have probably not seen in the previous generations. I want you to keep in mind that children have limitations in moral and cognition development. Their prefrontal cortex, right here, it's the area of the brain that is responsible for understanding consequences and impulse control, and it is not fully formed to the age of 25. Thank you for listening. I'm Dr. Safai, and this is Freud and Felons.